in Narok. His campaign is expected to be largely centered on the land issue. Well, good morning there. Thank you very much for joining us. This is News Center, and my name is Betty Kialo. So glad that you could join us this morning as we take a look at some of the top stories that are developing right here in the country today. We'll be having a panel discussion discussing everything that has been happening from the manifestos to the campaign rallies. We also have our teams on the ground that will be updating us on the blow-by-blow events taking place in different regions across the country. My name is Betty Kialo, and it is the 29th day actually of June 2017. The month has really moved fast. It's 39 days to the elections. So let's begin with our coverage this morning. And like I mentioned, we're putting special focus on some politics this morning. And like I mentioned, opposition coalition NASA remains camped in Narok County for the second day. The teams will hold rallies in Narok before holding a major rally in the town. Later today, Team 1, led by the coalition presidential candidate Raila Odinga, will be on Olochiri. We led the second team of the running mate Kalonzo Musyoka and Musalia Mudavadi will be in Ngoswani. In their campaigns on Wednesday, the NASA leaders put Deputy President William Ruto to task to explain how he acquired the 2,000 hectares of land in Narok, which belonged to the family of Kenya's second Vice President, Joseph Murumbi. So that is our top story this morning. We want to link up with my colleague Murimi Mwangi joining us from Narok, I beg your pardon. Murimi, thank you very much for joining us. So of course, yesterday, the land issues crept back into the messaging for the campaign for the NASA team. What are we expecting in Narok town today?
Good morning, Betty. As you said, the 5 NASA core principals will be splitting to, of course, maximize on the time they have for the day before merging here in Narok town. But land remains top on the agenda of the opposition outfit, even as they campaign here in Narok. This being the heartbeat of Maasai land politics, which has largely been influenced by historical land injustices. The opposition saying that they have the cure to the land question in Kenya. And of course, yesterday that dominating the rallies, and it is widely expected that even here in Narok town, that will be top on the agenda of the opposition outfit. But besides that, there has been a deliberate attempt to paint Narok town today in the colors of the opposition, that of course being of the 2 dominant political parties from the opposition here in Narok, that of course being ODM and Chama cha Mashinani, the latest entrant to that particular outfit, but one which is being banked upon by the NASA outfit to consolidate a share of the votes here in Narok and the neighboring Bomet County into the opposition outfit. But besides that, let me hear thoughts from a few of the residents here that will be attending the NASA function. Ndugu yangu, shukran sana kwa kuungana nasi. Naona umevalia kofia ya CCM. Ni kusema kwamba wewe ni mwanachama wa CCM?
Kabisa. Mimi ni mwanachama ya CCM. Tunaongojea Raila Amolo Odinga akuja hapa aweze kuhutubia wananchi hapa jijini ya Wamasai hapa kaunti ya Narok. Hapa Narok kuna machama 5 zimekuja hapa ya Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo, Isaac Ruto na Moses Wetangula. Sasa tuko hapa leo tukiongojea hawa vigogo wa NASA wakuja hutubia wananchi hapa kaunti ya Narok, tusikilize Kenya watasema, wause sera sao hapa Narok. Sisi tuko hapa Narok kama Wamasai tukiongojea NASA, na sisi kama mimi niko chama cha mashinani nikiwa na gavana wangu Patrick Ole Mtutu, na vile kuna na gavana mwingine ya Tembatu Ole Musuni akisimama kwa chama cha ODM.
Na shukrani sana. Wacha tusikie pia maoni ya mwana ODM. Naona kofia rangi ni ya orange, maanisha kwamba ni ODM. Hivi kuna wale wamesema kwamba eneo hili ni la Jubilee, ni kweli?
Hakuna. Eneo hili ni la Nyanza, ODM dam Masinani, hiyo ndio chama inatembea hapa.
Na manake kuna wagombea wawili wa kiti cha ugavana, mmoja ni wa chama cha CCM, mwingine ni wa chama cha ODM. Maamuzi mtafanya vipi?
Maamuzi sasa tutafanya ODM na wengine wako kwa Masinani, lakini ODM ndio inawika.
Na wakati vinara wa NASA wakikuja hapa, mnatarajia kusikia wakisema nini? Wacha tuzungumze na huyu wa CCM. Mnatarajia kusikia wakizungumzia nini?
Tunatarajia wakisungumuza, akuja asungumuze wananchi, Raila aombe kura yake, vile vile Patrick aombe kura yake, Musuni aombe kura yake. Raila hawezi introduce Musuni wala Ntutu. Yeye anaomba tu kura yake, Musuni aombe yake, ya mashinani aombe yake. Sasa tunaongoja namna hii, hawezi introduce Musuni wala Ntutu. Lakini sisi tukiwa hapa tunasema hapa ni kinero ya NASA. Hakuna Jubilee hapa Narok. Sisi ni watu wa NASA. Hapa kaunti ya Narok tunaomba kura ya NASA kuanzia gavana wa mashinani, tuseme tupatie mashinani gavana wa NASA. Awe Patrick Ntutu.
Nam, shukran sana kwa wakati wenu. Tutazidi kuzungumza jinsi siku inavyosonga, manake tutakuwa hapa siku nzima leo. Now, just views from a few of the residents here regarding that visit by the NASA Supremos here. Most important to note, Betty, is that this is an interesting county in terms of voting patterns. Much as a majority of the elective seats here went to Jubilee, the presidential vote, 50% went to the former Prime Minister, with Uhuru Kenyatta getting 46% in 2013. There have been shifts, dynamics, defections here, particularly, most importantly, from the Ntutu family following the retirement of the senator here, Stephen Ole Ntutu, who is now campaigning for his younger brother, Patrick Ole Ntutu, who is contesting the governorship on the CCM party. That, of course, being Chama cha Mashinani and ODM as the dominant parties that are being banked upon here in Narok County to consolidate the presidential vote for the former Prime Minister, Betty.
All right, Murimi, just before I let you go, let's just talk about the reception so far on the ground. In 2013, Raila Odinga was able to garner about 50% of the total vote there. Have things changed, or things still remain the same, that it is largely really an opposition region?
Well, for the Jubilee campaigns here in Narok County, their key selling point to the residents here has been what they term as their development track record. Of course, having to rely upon the performance of the governor here, Samuel Ole Tunai. And of course, that has come under criticism because Tunai is said to be a close confidant of Deputy President William Ruto, and therefore presumed underperformance by the national government has been pegged on him. And that's why the NASA Supreme, even as they come here today, are widely expected to campaign for Tiampati and Ntutu, the two contenders that are seeking the gubernatorial seat here on the NASA outfit. And it is widely expected again, Betty, that the dynamics of the contest for the elective seats within this particular county, particularly the gubernatorial seat, will have a bearing on the turnout for the presidential vote, as well as who gets a majority of the share of these votes. Remember, in 2013, there were about just over 200,000 registered voters, but as per the figures released by the IEBC earlier this week, that number has gone up to over 300,000, and each of the two top presidential contenders are seeking a larger share of votes from Narok and Kajiado County, these being the presumed battlegrounds for the two top presidential contenders. And therefore, the visit by NASA here today is an important one for them, and it is also widely expected that Jubilee will also be mounting campaigns here after the exit of NASA. Betty.
All right, thank you.